What is up? Oh, it's been a while. I got no time for any of this. Let's do it anyway. Gemini comic boxes are better than BCW. You hear about BCW a lot. The Gemini boxes, I have one, and why I like it so much is it's wide enough it can fit my golden age. So, tip for y'all, if you didn't know, get Gemini boxes. If you need boxes to accommodate. Also, like Mylar. Silver Age Mylar, I don't think fits in a BCW box. Maybe I got the wrong boxes. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at some books. Awesome backdrop here. It's been forever. I have so much to get through. I was thinking about doing my collected editions that I've been buying, but it's going to be way too long. And I don't think most people care. You either care about comics, which the collected editions are comics, but individuals, singles, or you like collected editions. But anyway, I thought I'd throw these up because they go with kind of my collecting style, what I've been into lately, war, romance. So I got this huge Best of DC War Artist Edition, just to give you an idea. That's how big this sucker is. And I'll kind of go through some of that when I do my collected editions. It's super big. There's fold-outs. It's the original art. Obviously, it's reproduction. It's copies of the original art. But here, see if I can. A little sneak peek. So there's some actual stories in here, and then there will just be some covers or some Kirby. So, and it's the actual size of what the artist did. And then we have the art of Dan DeCarlo here, Innocence and Seduction. I probably can't show everything in here, so that's a pretty good page to go up to, but I can go over those. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, let's check out some books. The majority of the stuff I got came from LCS. Let's just start with some 50 cent stuff. I can't stand this cover. It makes me sick to my stomach. Nailbiter #1. Ugh. Let's just go. I just picked up a bunch of #1s here. Morning Glories #1. That's an Nick Spencer. I thought this was a #1, and I was like, oh, cool. Tomb Raider #1, but it's 25. I just saw the #1. Endgame #1. I'm going to go kind of fast on some of these. Rorschach #1. Okay, it's a cool cover. Runaways #1, Brian K. Vaughan. People like this, but it's the Halloween Comic Fest edition. Here is Demon Days variant by Peach. Now it says Mariko. I thought, well, Demon Days is by Peach Momoko, correct? Anyway, who cares? 10,000 Black Feathers. It's Jeff Lemire #1. See if I can maybe fix my light a little bit. I don't know. Well, might be glary on some stuff. I tend not to pick up too many of these, but I don't know. I was in the mood. Is it 50 cents? Mildly microwave, prepubescent Kung Fu Gophers. Obviously, it's one of those TMNT ripoffs, or I don't know, homage. I don't know what you might want to call it. Here's the Thunderbolts #1. I've heard very good things about the Kaiju Max series. This is the first issue of that by Oni Press, by Xander Cannon. Here's an Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, probably one of his lesser-known projects, The Fade Out. It's like a murder mystery in 1930s Hollywood. I have a couple of those. Fear Agent #1. This is the Ashcan, limited edition Ashcan variant. I don't know, issue. Yeah. Not a ton of value there, but for 50 cents, sometimes you just grab stuff. I thought this was cool. It's a Sugar Babies and Charleston Chew. And the Sugar Daddy presents Avengers #1. So a little promo comic. Nice cover. Thought that was cool. This is kind of apropos. I picked some of this stuff up, and the timing is better now than if I had shown it when I initially got it. So I have this Fall from Grace with the Netflix Born Again Ooh, no, excuse me, Disney Plus, not Netflix, but the continuation of that sort of thing. Anyway, I've got this Fall from Grace, all these chapters, and then that's a cool cover. Chapter 5, and then the finale. Cool cover there. I've bought and sold these before. They're in good grade. Sometimes I'll pick stuff up just to sell it. This is some sort of minor key. Low grade. 50 cents though. Not worth much more than that. I couldn't leave this behind. First Thothamon. Low grade. 50 cents. Also, this is like 3 separate hauls from this same LCS, so I don't remember if I kept them all straight, but it doesn't matter. We'll make it work. This is was another 50 cents. This is the first Sidorak, something like that. Is that how you pronounce it? Where Juggernaut gets his powers from. It's a cool book. Doctor Strange 44. This was neat. I grabbed a huge haul of Warlord from this place. Oh, however long ago. I probably showed it at some point. And I grabbed 3 more issues. I didn't have it cataloged, all the issues I have. I think maybe I ended up only needing one of them. I'm going to assume it's the one I put on top. This Warlord 114, 116, and 133. I can't remember. At some point, I went back to figure out what I needed. I'm pretty sure it was just one of those. Same thing with this. Grabbed that for 50 cents. Add that to my Brian Boland Wonder Woman run. Oh yeah, this was kind of cool. This was hot for a minute, right? This Galactus Origin. It's low grade, 50 cents though, so figured I'd go ahead and pick that up. Bob Layton cover. What else do we have? Oh yeah, these usually garner some value. These reprints, Silver Age Classics. That's obviously Showcase 22. First, Hal Jordan is Green Lantern. And this was neat. Again, was hot for a while. Avengers 227. First Photon, right? Monica Rambeau. If it's not the first maybe first Monica Rambeau as Photon. I can't remember. But that was maybe just one of the hauls. Let's do a stack of newer comics. I've really slowed down on these. I didn't even finish. Like, I have Namor 4. I think that's an 8-issue series. I didn't finish that. I'm just gonna get the trade paperbacks. I usually pre-order these from DCB. Oh, discount book. DCBC. Oh my gosh, what is it? DCBS. Oh my. Bear with me. It's early here. I should be in bed. But anyway, I was pre-ordering a lot of these newer things, and I'm going to slow down on that. I've pretty much since cut it all out. Conan. Got Battle of the Blackstone. These I might have another order here to go through. I think I do. So I think this might be like the second order. Here, you know what? Let's just do this real quick. Anyway, if your comic book shop doesn't offer discounts, DCBS is pretty good. Like this is a $5 list price, MSRP, and with the discount I got it for $3.24. They do charge for shipping, but it's kind of a flat rate. Here's cool. I thought this was cool. These cool, or the Cruel Universe. This is issue number 2. I got one. I think I just got these 2, 1 and 2. That's a cool one to have though. It's a nice cover. I've heard mixed things about them though. There we go. There's Battle of the Blackstone. Really cool cover. Obviously, I'm a Conan guy, so had to get those. Haven't read too much of it. I think this is the last issue I picked up of this, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. I've enjoyed it so far. I think I read the first 2, maybe 3. I'm not sure. But again, I'm just going to pick it up and trade. It's cool. I kind of enjoy it. Again, $4 cover price, but you can get it for $2.40. through that. Also, you have to pay. I just went ahead and I think it's 60-some cents or something for. I mean, these are my lights and maybe a half or a full backing board. I'm not sure. There's Namor 3. Like I said, that was an 8 issue maxi or something like that. I think I already showed 4. I think that's the last one I got of those. And there's a pretty cool Conan 15 big giant head. I like decapitation covers, so that works well for me. I was also picking up the new Titan Savage Sword. Savage Sword of Conan. It's Joe Jusko. I pre-ordered that, and then I was like, oh no, I forgot to order number 5. I looked on there, and this was sitting up there. So I went ahead and ordered that, even though I didn't need to. I had this one coming, so, but I think there's like 3, maybe 4 covers for some of these books. And sometimes they don't even have the cover before it comes. How do you decide? I guess you can go by the artist, but you got to order the book with the cover, and you don't even know what it looks like. Anyway, I went back and forth on these anyway, so I got both of them. Obviously, this one's Sans trade dress, but so I got that Savage Sword 5, and then 6. I think that's the last one I'm gonna get of these, even though I'm pretty I do like a good magazine format. So because Titan's also coming out with the Savage Sword magazines, like in a magazine, trade paperback, magazine trim, trade paperback, maybe you would say. So I was like, I don't need to get the singles, but I don't know. I do like a magazine. We'll see what I do. Anyway, what else do we got? Let's burn through some of these. I think maybe these went. I think these went with the last pile I just showed from the LCS. I just thought that was a cool Captain America cover. 50 cents. Here's I picked this up because it's a variant. It's got cool colors on it. Thought it might be worth something. Cool Tim Sale, Superman Confidential #1. Here's First Barbed Wire. All these are 50 cents as well. That was a fun movie. If you were, I mean, I was born in '86, so when did that movie come out? I don't know, the late '90s or so. It was a good movie for me at that age. I thought this was a cool Black Adam cover. 50 cents. Thought I'd pick it up. It might have some value. These turned out not to have that much value. This is a cool Tim Sale Batman cover. This is Once and Future, both #1s. So one of those is a variant. I'm not sure which one. Those ever pop. #1s seem to be a wanted thing. I think these were cool. The companion to the Batman Adventures. I don't think it, well, it doesn't. It doesn't get nearly as much hype cred as the Batman animated adventures. Rightly so, but they're fun. I enjoy them. This I thought was cool. Little lenticular Speed Racer Zero. It's a special collector's edition. It has a little bit of value, not much. Again, for 50 cents. It's in decent shape. I paid up for this one. Well, I mean, paid up. It's relative, but I think this is the first, or maybe possibly the first, Teen Lantern. Something like that. Wrong Earth, #1. 7 Soldiers. So this is 7 Soldiers Frankenstein #1. Here's the 7 Soldiers of Victory #1. Even though I think that this is maybe like volume 2. That's not even a #1. I thought this was cool. Well, again, relative terms, but O.J. Simpson story. First Amendment Publishing. I don't know. Some of the art is, you know. Anyway, 50 cents. I thought it might be worth a little something. I don't think it is. Erratic. Heard good things about that. What is it? Some sort of like, he has superpowers for a limited time. Is that Our Man, right? Our Man gets powers for an hour. Something like that. But I've heard good things about that. #1, pick it up. What else do we have from there? All right, these were maybe something books. I can't remember the significance of this Static book, but there's something, maybe her first appearance, I'm not sure. But this is Static number 33. It actually, from what I remember, has some decent value on it, at least according to Key Collector, which you can't always go by. Sometimes it'll say a book is worth something, worth picking up anyway, and then you look at eBay or wherever, and it's not the case. But I think this one did hold some value, so this was cool. This is a book that I was pretty happy to get for $5. It's $5 because it's low grade, but this is kind of one of those books that I don't necessarily want to pay up for. Anymore, I've been getting into the more rare books, things where you can't just type it into eBay or wherever and just go, how much do I want to spend on this book, and get it. Because, you know, let's be honest, we want to get a decent grade on these books, but I didn't necessarily want to pay the price. This is the first appearance of Rogue, if you don't know. But anyway, yeah, so for $5, yeah, it almost doesn't matter what kind of grade it is, right? It's a good book, very nice book to have for $5. And then this is another 50-cent find here. This is Blade number 1. So yeah, that's a good book there. I don't remember. I looked up all the stuff on all the values on these. I don't remember what they are though. But that one definitely holds some value. It's in good condition too. For 50 cents. Yeah. All right. What do I want to do? Let's keep going with that. Same LCS, 50-cent books. Here's some more kind of a trend on maybe what I pick up. Two Moons. I've actually heard, or I read a description of this. It was at Jim Arcudi, and I don't remember, but now I don't remember what the description was, but it sounded cool. It's a number 1. Figured I'd pick it up. Here's a number 1. I don't know what that is. Thought it seemed kind of neat. Oh yeah, this was cool. Guy Ritchie. If you don't know Guy Ritchie, he does Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, the Sherlock Holmes movies. Those were really big. Now I'm getting things mixed up. Did he do The Professional? Did he do Fifth Element? No, I'm not sure. I'm getting people mixed up. You can correct me. Anyway, Andy Diggle. No idea. What's it look like? Gamekeeper. Luc Besson. Luc Besson, right? That's who did The Professional. Léon. It's a cool movie. If you haven't seen that, check that out. Yeah, just Betty and Veronica, 15-center for 50 cents. It's cool. Groovy cover. When's this from? 1970. So cool. This is something, right? I can't remember. It's a cool cover. Max too, maybe not. I feel like I've seen it. Again, for 50 cents, sometimes I just snag stuff. This is a cool cover. I've heard, it's called Eat the Rich, number 1. I really don't know much about it, but definitely, if it's not Jenny Frison, it definitely has a Jenny Frison flair to it. Very standout. That's cool. Cool cover. I like stuff like that. Oh, this was exciting. Pretty early on in my collecting career, Imperious Flex. This is Imperious Rex right here, but I found some of the. It's a 4-issue series. I haven't read it because I still haven't found all of them, and I don't. I found this one for 50 cents. I found the other ones for 50 cents. It's not an expensive book, but whatever. I can't find them, but this was cool. So I'm one. I don't think I had this one. I want to say I had like 2 and 4 or something like that. But anywho, it's a cool cover. Oh yeah, I haven't read, well I have because I've read one of these, but I never read any Gru. I think I read that one. I'm pretty sure. So that was kind of cool. Excuse me. To find those and see what kind of the hype is. This Sergio Argoniez's Gru the Wanderer. I see these samurai swords up here, and I know that Stan Sakai did lettering for Gru. Excuse me. did lettering for Gru at some point, so I wonder if that's Stan Sakai's doing, or if that's Sergio Argonius's kind of nod or shout out to him. I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of a fun little story I read. Then I got even if it's 50 cents for some I hate paying for free comic book day stuff, but whatever, I did. This is a pretty cool Archie Summer Splash Dan Parent cover here. I've been seeing stuff on YouTube. People collect, or I don't know if there's any like real, there's gotta be, but really big kind of Archie, and how would you classify this stuff? Like, I like romance books, but I guess more grown up. But again, with Dan DeCarlo, I think those go side by side. Anyway, I find myself getting more drawn into this kind of thing. Like, you remember Barbie came out? That was really big. All those Barbie books were big. There's some like cool 90s Barbie stuff. There's also Katie Keene. She had some stuff in the 90s, and I don't know. It's just fun. It's neat. I like it. Anyway. Oh yeah, this is a cool cover. This has some mild controversy. When I saw this, I was pretty excited. It's a 50 cents. It's number 1 and 2, and both cool. I like the gloves like that. The Spirit, right? This is straight up, like, not off the Spirit, or maybe the Goon, but which is, you know, knockoff of that, an homage to that, a loving nod, whatever it is. I just don't know why, but especially like in comics, this glove with that big cuff on the end, I love. Anyway, excuse me, this is Dead Rabbit 1 and 2, and I think these are, after the second one, the company, what was Image, that might be right. Anyway, they had to change the name because it's like a bar in New York or something like that who said, hey, our name's Dead Rabbit, you can't name your comic book Dead Rabbit, so then they had to change it. I don't know what it's about. I didn't read it, but cool covers though. Isn't that cool? I hope it's good, because those are some nice covers. So anyway, free comic book day stuff I didn't want to pay for. Donald Duck, 50 cents. That's cool, right? I thought this might be worth something. Like I said, these Silver Age classics can be worth something. You know, when did these come out? 80 something probably. Anyway, that one's not worth anything. I like Popeye. This is obviously a little bit anime inspired. I Lie Popeye. I don't know why it's called that. But anyway, free comic book day, I Lie Popeye. This I got. I'm a big Usagi fan. I like Conan too. This is Dark Horse 20 years. I don't really know. What's all this stuff say on it? There's a Hellboy pinup. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, this is a cool cover. Oh, Rocketeer, that's cool. Grindel. Anyway, I'm a big Usagi fan. 50 cents. I don't know. Oh yeah. Street Angel. I have read the first issue, maybe 2 of Street Angel. Went ahead and got them both to support Kayfabe there, and Jim Rugg, and then Ed Piskor. I got all of his stuff, so I was excited to see that. I don't have enough time to read anything. I'm a big Bob's Burgers fan, a huge Bob's Burgers fan. That's what I watch on my break at work. You should be reading comics, yeah, maybe. I'll read my comments too. Anyway, free comic book days. So if you haven't watched Bob's Burgers, I'd highly recommend it. I think it's definitely worth it. It's a treat. It's delightful. Check it out. It's funny. All right. This was cool. I'll have to be on the lookout for number 2 here. Here's the first issue of 2, Lois Lane. Why is this cool? Because it's Gray Morrow. If you don't know Gray Morrow, become acquainted. I don't know everything. I don't know much of anything about comics, really. But I like them. And Gray Morrow is cool. These were cool. I haven't seen these before. These Roots of the Swamp Thing. There's part 4 of 5 and number 1 of 5. Obviously, I think it's just a retelling, a reprint of a... I don't know, I'm assuming it's, oh yeah, from Swamp Thing 1, from Swamp Thing 2. So, obviously Bernie Wrightson art, check it out. Haven't read any of this. One of those runs you feel like you have to read. It's on the list, you know, with everything else. But those were cool. I was excited to get that. Oh, yeah, I was excited to see these too. This was $4. It's a decent grade. This is the first Belite, Conan 58. Little corner chomple up there. It doesn't matter. But really nice John Buscema cover. I think it got reworked. I don't remember who by, but it's a Buscema cover, so it's awesome. And it's Conan, so it's awesome. But there's, I don't know, look it up on Key Collector app. Some sort of dispute. There's like, Belite is shown from the back, maybe, in a panel or something like that, 3 years before this. The details are incorrect, but the gist is there. So this is the first appearance of Belite. Queen of the Black Coast. And this was really cool. I was excited to see this one. I like Russ Heath. This is Sea Devils 8. He did a lot of the Sea Devils work. And I thought this was a really good one. A lot of them are really cool, but I like the shadow. That's kind of like on the little ripple effect. Like, you know, you see like in shallow water or whatnot. I don't know. I just thought that's really cool. The shadow on this arm. They all been turned into fish. So they're different fish. Got stingray. Or is it a manta ray? Are they the same? I don't know. This guy's a shark, seahorse, and I don't know, a dolphin. Isn't that cool? $10 I paid for that. Cool. Go Russ Heath. All right, let's look at some new stuff. I'm kind of dragging a little bit today, guys. I appreciate you sticking with me. Battle of the Blackstone number 4. Kind of burned through some of these. Battle of the Blackstone number 3. People that have been reading these really enjoy it. There's Namor 4. I wonder if any of the other covers were cool. 1 was really cool. I like this one. This one's pretty cool. 2 is like a Werewolf by Night homage. That's the one I ended up getting. I didn't care for any of the other ones. It's very exciting stuff. Here's Conan 17. People like all this stuff. I've heard good things about this Dick Tracy run. I meant to pre-order the first one, issue 1, but I didn't. So now I have to track down number 1. But I think this issue 5 is the end of the first arc. So I was, like I said, I'm not picking up as much new stuff. Oh, look at, there's Solomon Kane battling Conan for Battle of the Blackstone number 2. Yor, I don't know anything about Yor, but it's kind of up my alley. I don't, this cover doesn't really speak to me much, but I guess it's, I don't want to say it's a cult classic film, but it's, I think it's non-American. Yor, it's a movie, and this is either, I think this might be a like a retelling in comic form. I don't know. Now I'm not sure, but it sounded kind of that adventure-y Tarzan, Conan story. So I figured I'd go ahead and check it out. So here's 204. It's pretty cool. And then Conan 16. Wow, look at those big ice bears. That's cool. Some of these covers are really muted, aren't they? Like, it's kind of muted. It's almost hazy. There's another one, too. I don't know if it's Well, I don't want to say. Cover B, Mr. Werewolf. Interesting. No, anyway. Muted. I feel like I can't see it very well. I understand maybe the weather, it's inclement weather, so those bears are really cool. You almost wish that you could see them a little better. What else we got? There's a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff though. But you know, when you make a video every 5 months or so, I don't know. All right, let's go back to the LCS. This is cool. Again, more Daredevil being in the now. Little Bullseye. This I think is a. Is this a 3 or a 4 issue? Little mini. I have 1 and 2, so I was excited to find that. That's cool. Oh yeah, this is neat. Isn't that cool? King Comics, The Phantom. I guess I was born in '86, so whenever the Phantom movie with Billy Zane came out, I was probably like I don't know, when was that? Early '90s, so maybe like '94. It might have been like 8 or something like that. Property of Searsport District High School. So this was kind of neat. The Phantom will probably right away find someone to help or not show up. So they give you this happens in the story. Maybe this is the high school part. It's educational, you see. So, oh no, this boat's capsized. The strange boat will probably stay above water, run into a rock, or go underwater. So you made your little guesses, and then you read the story, and then you could see if you were right or not. But anyway, yeah. So I really liked the Shadow, the Phantom. It's probably something else. I was a big Zorro fan. The Antonio Banderas and Anthony Hopkins movie. I liked the Disney show as well. Anyway, cool, right? The Skull stuff back there. Kind of all those pulp heroes had a renaissance. I wonder if that'll continue on. So I was excited to see this, but then I was like, oh, it's Marvel Tales. It's a reprint of because that's a little bit of a key comic there. What is it in? Is it 2-in-1 or Marvel Premiere? I don't know. Anyway, whichever it is, this Spider-Man and Red Sonja is look at this. You ever seen these before? Care Bears. Low grade, number 2. Care Bears care. Whee. I mean, they are cute. Did I spend too much time on Care Bears? There you go. Care Bears and Hogan. That's cool. I saw this. I thought this was neat. I tried kind of doing a little bit of research. There's like 1 million printings of it, though. 1960, 1964, 1969. So, the true story of Smokey Bear. All right, is this a Mandela? Is he Smokey Bear? I always know it as Smokey the Bear. I just thought of that, right? Smokey the Bear. Smokey Bear. I just think most of that stuff is like telephone. And you hear it one way. That's how it, gets propagated. But then in reality, these are pretty cool. 50 cents. Nice cover. All these Jim Ballant Catwomans. I have a little bit of run on these. That LCS, 50 cents, you can turn that down. Put this in the sell pile here. This is, I think maybe heated up. Terrax, I think, first Terrax there. Fantastic Four, 211, 50 cents. These are all 50 cents. This is a very low grade Shogun Warriors #1. I don't have any connection to Shogun Warriors, so I wouldn't pay any amount of money for a nice copy. So look at, I didn't either. This is kind of funny. Kind of with what I was talking about here. Archie versus Predator 2. They're pretty thrilled to be with him. They, however, are not. The Losers won. Andy Diggle and Jack. That was a movie. This is first Jackson Hyde as Aquaman, right? 50 cents. It's going to be $1 million when Jackson Hyde gets in, oh, is my blanking? Gunn. Jim Gunn? James Gunn? James Gunn's DCU. Anyway, I'm going to keep on with this dare. I found all of these. Maybe not. Okay, all of these. What is this? This is Ed Brubaker's Daredevil run. I have found all, it's like 84 through 105 or something like that, minus 100. We don't have to go through all of them. Maybe I'll kind of flip through. Some of the covers are really cool. Michael Lark is does some good work. I don't know. People like this stuff. This one's cool. Betty. I haven't read these. I have the omnibus. I've had all of these before and sold them. It's a cool one. I'll just go through some of these. It's a nice nod to the romance era. Blind Love. Get it? I always kind of liked this one. He's upside down. There's Gladiator there. I always like that. I like Rain on covers. That's a cool one. Anything else we need to look at here? You're like, I don't know if we needed to look at any of this. 104, 105, and an annual. It's a cool annual. So, yeah, I've sold those before. I'll do it again. I was excited to see this. Again, kind of going back to my Namor, that miniseries. This is a 4-issue miniseries that I had years and years ago. And, I think it's complete now. I think I had 3 of 4. And now I found this one. And I didn't know if this was the one I needed. And I was like, oh, I can't remember what do I have? What am I looking for? 50 cents, you know, can't go wrong. If it's not it, it's not it. So, yeah, I'm excited. I can finally read that. Cool. Oh, this was neat. This was also 50 cents. Conan 12, the last issue of Jason Aaron's run, which I really liked and thought it was super cool. I bought a page of original art from this book. So when I saw this, I have it in deluxe edition. So let's see if I can, see if I can find it. Bear with me. I did no homework here. Let's see if I can, where'd it go? Oh yeah, it's a splash page too. This is the one I have here. This is Mahmoud Asrar. So I don't have the original art to show you. We moved a bit ago. We have small children. It's very slow going with anything. But anyway, yeah, there was a bunch of original art from this run for sale, for purchase. Someone was selling it. You could purchase it. It's still probably there. Actually, I heard that the website I bought it from was like, I don't know, doing shady stuff towards artists or something like that. I don't really know. I hope it got resolved. But, yeah, I bought that piece. So anyway, I picked that up because I was, you know, hey, gotta have it, right? I just have it in the deluxe. Oh. Are you guys awake? Get a drink here. All right. I have one more. Out of all of those, I think the smallest pile from this LCS is the last trip I went to. The last trip I went on to the LCS. So I got one more, and then I have, oh boy. And then I have, well, you'll see. Then I have some cool books, though. There's some cool books here, but I thought this was kind of fun. It's a $6 collector pack here. I always like this like Fall of the Mutants, Daredevil cover there. And then, yeah, Superboy Prime. First Superboy Prime is in there. I thought for sure that it was gonna pay for this. I don't know that it will. Like, it should, right? Superboy Prime. It's like an 80. When's it? 80. When's it from, guy? 87? Or is this? No, it's DC Comics Presents 87. I don't know. It's from the 80s. And then I was like, oh, what if the third book's a really cool book? It's not. I can't even remember what it is, but it's not even worth talking about. I saw this cover on eBay or something. It popped up somewhere, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool cover. And then I went ahead and I found this for $3. I bought it. It's DC Superstars Giant presents The Man Behind the Gun. So this is all reprints of, honestly, it's like different types of guns. It's like well, here, I don't even know if it lists what it's from. I think it tells what's the creators, so that's cool. I mean, it's pretty neat. But I don't remember what they are. I haven't had a chance. It's a Superman story, so they're the super gun. Does it say, guys? The video's already long enough. It might say. I'm not sure. But anyway, it has a Superman story. It's Nighthawk story. Here you go. It has to do all with these guns here. Unsinkable Gun. Story by Bill Finger. Art by Ross Andru and Mike Esposito. That's cool. Right up my alley. Cool art. Oh yeah, there was like more of a detective-y. Oh, the Sightless Sharpshooter. That's it. This is worth it. Oh boy. There you go. Oh, that's small print. I can't read that. I don't know. 1955. That's when that's from, though. 1955. It doesn't say what it's from, though. I can might be somewhere. The Secret Story of Ray Gun 64. John Broome and Frank Giacoia. I think that's the last one. Guns through the millennia, through the era. Anyway, cool. I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was kind of a neat 6-shooter with the hand coming down. I like these close-ups of 6-shooters and things like that. The revolver, the Western stuff. I don't have many Western comics, and quite frankly, there's some that I'm looking at, but they either go for way more than I want to pay for them, or they're really low grade, or I don't know. I'll get some at some point. This was cool. So this was $10. This is Shazam, the World's Mightiest Mortal. Denny O'Neil, C.C. Beck. This is all the 70s. Not all, but the start of the 70s. This has a $50 list MSRP, and I got it for $10. Shazam 1 through 18 when he comes back to DC. Captain Marvel. So isn't that cool? C.C. Beck art. I'm torn because about the only way I can afford to do this is to sell stuff that I find for good deals, and I think that's a really good deal. But man, I kind of want to hold on to that because I think it's pretty cool. So I don't know what to do. Anyway, I kind of want to open it and look at it. Maybe I'll check prices on open versus unopened. Isn't that cool though? That's kind of neat that, you know, they went into the 70s and they had C.C. Beck doing art. Anyway. Excuse me. This I picked up. This was $5, which is, I think, a decent price for a Conan mag. I have some other, I have these coming up, and I got these for $3, but I've heard, I can't remember what I heard about this one. It has this really weird, like, not a weird cover. The colors are kind of neat, but I don't know, it just looks weird. It's like 90s computer animation or something like that. I can't remember what I heard about this issue, though. Something about it being like, maybe controversial because it's violent. Maybe somebody read it and they were like, oh my gosh, that's a violent one. I don't remember, but anyway, and because of the way that the cover looks, it kind of stood out in my mind. I've been on the hunt. I'm trying to pick up all of them, but all of the Savage Swords, but that one especially has been stuck in my mind to get. So this is a cool Doug Beekman cover. $3 there. I think that's his name. $3 there. What's that one? 135. Here's 154. And then 169. Some of the covers on these are like not great. I mean, that's just not my cup of tea. I don't love that. Some of them are fantastic. But so initially, so I'm a cover collector. Like I said, all these were $3, and I think I got spoiled initially from my LCS for having these listed at $3, and now I feel like I can't buy them unless they're $3 or less, maybe around that $5. But they're in good condition for $3. But so initially I was going to get the ones with the covers that I like the most, but then I mean the art is just great throughout. Look at this one. As I say, you get these really cool frontispiece splashes. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So now I have to get all of them. This is from January 1990. So I'm slowly plugging away. This LCS, they had a bunch of them. They have a lot less now. So who did this stuff? Hey, Jerry Conway. I don't know who that is, the penciler, but Ernie Chan. So, and look at that. Like I said, I gotta get all of them. That's probably the page I was just at. But like I said, slowly plugging away. These are the magazines. As everybody says, they're the more explicit in all facets. It's the way that Marvel, well, I guess all the companies could dodge the code, get away with putting just more grown-up content in their stuff. And this, Conan the Reaver, John Severin. Isn't that cool? John Severin. $10 I paid for that. I have all of the Savage Sword. They haven't collected all of that in omnibus format, but they are collecting it. But they are only collecting the Conan stuff, and you know, when you get the Conan magazines, there'll be Solomon Kane, there's Red Sonja, there's I'm blanking, Cole, King Cole, old King Cole, material that the omnibus were leaving out. So I figured I'm not going to get those omnibus, so I got the original Marvel year omnibus. And I didn't know if it had this in it. I did a quick search, and it's a pretty good price, $10 for this. I don't know. I don't think it's in the omnibus. I did a quick little check, and I didn't see it. There are some, well, is that cool? There are some Marvel graphic novels in there. I don't think this one's in there, though. I could be wrong. But John Severin's a guy that doesn't get too much credit. Overall, I would say he does good work. It's more realistic. It's more to my style, anyway. Anyway, so yeah, I was excited to find that. Oh yeah, these were cool. I don't know about these. I didn't open them up to check them out. I'll just show them here. This is the second and third Silver Age appearance of the Spectre. These can go for a little bit of money. So this is Showcase Presents 61 and 64. His first appearance is in Showcase 60. I do have that one. I've had a couple of copies of that for $8. They're lower grade. They have their issues anyway. I don't know about lower. You know, whatever. It's all relative, right? They're not in the highest of grade, but if they were, they might be more than these $8. But isn't that cool? Spectre's a cool character. I bought the omnibus. I sold the omnibus, and I've pre-ordered. No, I didn't pre-order it the first time. Anyway, I'm gonna get the omnibus again. I do sell stuff when the price goes up. That's the market. You know, I also pay market prices too. So people that are like, oh, I don't sell stuff for profit, and if it's the cover price is $10, then I sell it for $10, and if the market is selling it for $100, I don't sell it for $100. But you know, but then I'm paying $100 for stuff too. So you know what I mean? So yeah, if I buy something, well, I don't know about that, but I was gonna say if this book goes to whatever amount, I might not sell it. But you know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, I went ahead and picked these up. I thought those were pretty cool. But again, you know, I can't just hold on to everything, and then you're overflowing with stuff. So like I said, about the only way I can make this work is to sell stuff. So, oh man, we're going 51 minutes. We're getting there. I'm about done here. As I said, I don't have a lot of time, so when I get a little bit of time, it's really, I have to make time to do this. As we all do, but I wish it was more of a leisurely hobby. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I bought this romance lot for $325.50. It's a 21 book lot. It's $15.50 a book. I don't know if it was a good deal. Ultimately, I'll find out because I'm going to sell a lot of this stuff. Really, it was to get a book or two, maybe. Really, I'm just like, if I can sell, that's my own sticker there. Who cares about that book? This one's neat, but it's got all this writing on it, so I'm kind of going in order from, you know, not least valuable to most valuable, maybe, or cool to uncool. I don't know. They're all neat. I love them all. I don't know. Teen Confessions 57. Oh, here I can say this is from this picture one. That's from 1952. I mean, that's cool, right? But it's a photo cover, and it's a low-grade photo cover. This is from 1953, Patsy and Hetty 15. Obviously, it's a pre-code. It's 10 center there. It does have the little star approved, but at least the stamp. Teen Confessions 57. If you don't know romance books, there's a lot of tropes that they hit. But, I mean, you know, it's kind of the same thing with like a superhero thing. Here's one. Here's a guy smashing another guy and getting punched. And, you know, they all have their own kind of things. But girls crying are a big thing. Obviously, people kissing on a romance book it's pretty common. They're always throwing these parties, like with the streamers and balloons and everything like that. Let her have him. She's what he deserves. Candy. What is this? 1954. Candy 45. America's favorite teenage girl. I never heard of her. I do like Candy, though. This is from 1953. This Dixie Dugan. Duggan? What is this? Volume 4. Second series. I don't know. Here, boy. You're such a nice, lovable dog. Oh, come on, Dixie. Pay a little attention to me. Don't love it. This one I think can have some value sometimes. Maybe it just depends on who's looking for it. Is it not bright enough over here now? I don't know. I don't need all that glare. Anyhow. Let's just go. These can get kind of cute. Patsy Walker, number 45. What year is this from? 1953. Buzz, I thought you said you were babysitting tonight. I am, right, baby? That's a cool one. I was too beautiful. Don't we all have that problem? Love Confessions, number 31, from 1953. This is Bill Ward art. It's a cool cover. Kind of your classic. It's a little boring. It's neat, though. It's Golden Age, right? Anne autographed all these books, too. We're about to get good here. Here's Patsy and Hetty 17. Say, Buzz, did you hear the explosion down at the gasworks this morning? That was nothing compared to the one we're about to hear. So Patsy and Hetty can be at odds with one another. This one's kind of cool. I like these, or I like it. It's all right. Romantic Adventures. This is an ACG. 1953. This is number 37, I think. This is great. Look at this woman back here. She is like in a horror movie. Seeing her man, or who she thought was her man. This is a good one. I like this one. This is a great title, too. There's a couple titles that I'm maybe not always on. I'm always on the lookout. My Own Romance, that's a good one. This is obviously, this is an Atlas Marvel book. What is this, number 29? Did I say what year? I don't think so. 1953. Anyway, this is a good one. Do I know who did the cover? I'm not sure. Their hair is usually like super colorful. Well, anyway, it pops a lot of the time. Like I said, these Patsy Walkers starring in Miss America, number 58. Don't you just love basketball games, Buzz? There's nothing like them, honey. There's no game today. See, they're cute. They're cute. I could let that go, though. This is kind of a trope, too, that they'll do. But it's super cute. Patsy and Hetty, number 16. A little bit of a chip out there. 1953. So, oh yeah, don't disturb them. They're studying. So that's what they call it now. And look, the book's upside down. You know, it's wholesome. It's cute. All right, so from there, those are all kind of like, those are fine books. And these next ones get into, these are the ones that have a little bit of value. So this is 1967 and 1968. Teen Confessions. What number is this? 45? And then Romantic Story, 92. Yeah, both Charlton. For whatever reason, these are, well, I mean, they're cool covers. But they can fetch a little bit of cash. So I saw these in there. And I'm not too particularly tied to these. This is cool. Look at that. I like that underwater setting, though. And look at, there's a shark. One kiss before dying. Anyway. And then swimsuits. Swimsuits are a big thing. And we still retain our kind of our cute stuff. Here's Patsy Walker, Miss America, 54. Golly, Buzz, at this rate, it'll take us hours to reach shore. Gosh, how awful. And he's got the motor out. So... more bathing suit stuff. I stopped saying what year things are. Yeah, that's all around this. They're all in like early 50s, right? 53, 53. So I think my hope is that I can sell all of these, and like I said, the stuff that has actual value are these swimsuit covers and those underwater Charltons, and then hopes of keeping maybe these two. I like confetti party-ish romance books. This is one of them. This is Lovelorn 29. This is from 1952. It's Ken Bald cover. It's got the crying girl. That's kind of a trope, something that collectors like. It's got this weird kind of like, maybe a store stamp, not necessarily a date stamp. I like the yellow. I like the green on the yellow. You got little hearts up here. That's cool. Like I said, I like party covers. This is kind of a party cover. Not really. It's a Welcome Home, Our Hero. And she says, and I promised to wait for him. So she's upset because he's obviously moving on. But got these bold outlines here on her outfit. That's really cool. Anyway, so I like that. I'd like to hold on to that one. Decent condition, too. And then, as I've been talking about, Russ Heath did a couple romance covers, and this is one of them. And here we go. It's the My Own Romance title. This is My Own Romance 32 from 1953. And you got these. And one thing is, like, look how they look. with her skin tone and the shading and everything. And then maybe she's just in the bright light. I don't know. Party cover, the dress. I think this, all of this is really cool. Got the detail on her dress, this plant, flowers. That's another thing that you'll see on the romance books is they'll have a lot of times, like in the corner, there'll be a bush with some flowers on it or stuff like that. But I don't know. I kind of like this whole, the depth. I don't know, lack of a better term of that. It's a nice cover. It's Russ Heath, so I wanted it. It's not like the best romance cover ever. Those are coming up. I have some of those. All right. Almost done. Last stack. So these are kind of the books that I sought out. I like to go to the LCS, see what I find. Like I said, there are books that I want. And obviously, like, you know, you buy stuff and you're on the lookout for good deals. Well, here I have a couple. I'll just show these. This is Young Romance 162. This is another trope, and I feel like these books go for a premium. I don't want to oversell it. This is from 1969, but I picked this up for $6.50, and that's a good deal on this book. Like I said, these go for a premium. The motorcycle, you ride off and marry that greasy bum and you don't have a father anymore. She's crying. He doesn't care. He's into it. But yeah, for some reason, I mean, it's cool. I like it. But this is one of those that for $6.50, and it's just a good price on that book. Yeah, so I thought I'd pick that up. I was excited about it. I don't love it. It's not my favorite book. But then again, for $6.50, I'll buy it. If it's $20, I'm not interested in it. So, but yeah, I go to the LCS. Things pop up. You're like, oh, that's neat. Here, let's go ahead and show this one. Here's another romance book because it kind of, and I got these off eBay. Girls Love Stories 28. This is from 1954. I paid $13.70 for that. So, you know, it's a golden age book for less than $15. Yeah, so it's got, and if you don't know romance, go back and check out some of my stuff. I show some good stuff, but the art in them is very good. This one I think is unattached. Yeah, cover's unattached at the top staple there, but pretty cool art. Pretty hot stuff too. But, you know, they're cheesy, but they're fun to read through them. They are fun. Anyway. Golden Age. If you can find some cool stuff, if you don't collect Golden Age yet, you can find it for, you know, this is $15. I've had other stuff too. It just depends on what you want to do, on the kinds of things you want to get. And if you're just patient, you can find things. Mike from Night Tiger Comics, he's a good example of that. He shows a lot of cool stuff, and it's not, you know, doesn't break the bank. Anyway, I've been looking for this. I think I first saw this book on Comic Mag Musings. Gary B has showed this book. This is Unknown Worlds of Science Fiction #5. Like I said earlier, I like decapitation covers. This one has a little extra va-va-voom on it, but yeah, super cool. It's interesting too with the moon, but we have like the Raquel Welch, like jungle barbarian, whatever form of whatever you want to call her, but she got this really cool bloody axe coming down. And this is another one. I paid $16.50 for this, and this is a nice grade. This is one of those books that I kind of was talking about, to where it's like these ones you just kind of watch enough, you see enough stuff get sold, and you're like, oh, that's a good price for that book. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. And this is, I don't want to pay $35 for a 5.5 or whatever, so you just are patient and you bide your time. This is a square bound. And, yeah, I mean, this is a really nice copy, I think. So these are the types of books that I'm excited to get. Not that I wasn't excited to get the other stuff, but This is the stuff I've been on the hunt for. I mean, where are the ticks on it, you know? It's not like the most pristine ever, but it's a very nice copy. So anyway, I was happy to get that. Yeah. Okay, the last few are kind of my bigger books for the last however long it's been. I was watching an auction. I put in, I put in a strong bid on this book. And I lost out on it by $1. I mean, you never know. If you put in $1,000 and somebody puts in $5,000, then the winning bid's like $1,001. But so I don't really know what they bid, but it was something like that probably. And so then I saw this book, and I was like, I'm gonna get this book, and I might have overpaid for it, but really I don't know that I did. This is a nice Russ Heath flamethrower cover, Battle 35. I paid $132 for this. There's a slew, and I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but there's a slew of flamethrower covers. One of them is almost hard to look at for how, I don't know, it affects me to some degree. This one's a little bit more, obviously there's ones that are, they're flaming, like people are getting burnt up. They're screaming out in agony, and you're just like, ooh, it's a bit much, at least for me. You know, like little charred bodies in the background, whatever. You can handle that. But that guy, he's surprised. There's Russ Heath's signature there, but I don't know. I thought this was a really nice one. You got this really deep blue in the background. When's this from? 1954. So, yeah, I was excited to get this. Anyway, so I went ahead and bid pretty strongly to get this, and I did it again too. We'll see another book I got. It's coming up shortly. Very nice grade though. It has some edge stuff, but so you know, if you don't know, war books, flamethrower covers are tend to get a premium. They go for a premium. That all the pre-code stuff gets a bump. As with a lot of things. What else? I don't know. I'm blanking. I've been doing this too long. Oh yeah, I was really excited to get this one too. This is another war book from 1952. So all the 50s war books are mostly, you know, the Korea conflict. This one I have missed out on before through auction. And this time I was able to secure this. This I paid $244 for. Maybe it's closer to $245, let's say. Two-Fisted Tales, number 30. Very nice. This is an EC book. Here, let's go ahead and take it out. They have this graded at a 5.0. Yeah, maybe. It's a solid copy. It's a solid copy. Jack Davis cover. Look at the shine in his eyes. This guy. Shots from that hill. Douse that light. That's too late. This is probably, in my opinion, the best kind of strict war cover from the EC run. It's just more to my style. There's some cool Harvey Kurtzman stuff. And we don't have to talk about like interiors, but just as far as covers go, this Jack Davis one is my favorite. So obviously it's all pre-code, so it's a little bit more grown up. I call things grown up because when you get kids and you have stuff like we have, and you kind of want to call it adult stuff, but then you're like, those are adult toys. Those are adult movies. And you're like, wait, that doesn't sound right. It's grown up. So they're a little bit more mature, a little bit more for grown ups. But yeah, I've been on the lookout for this one for a while. Look at all that rendering, detail, all the light burning on that edge there. Super cool. Very excited to get that. Like I said, been on the hunt for a while for that one. It's cool airplane battles. Here, let me go up one. They're doing these really cool, let me put this away for a second. Speaking of, well, my collected editions that I wasn't going to show. And then I have one more book to show, and it's probably the biggest one I have. Well, it is. It's the biggest one I have, I think, from this haul. But they do, I'm not a good multitasker. Excuse me. I'll show these. Fantagraphics, it's a publisher, does these really cool hardbacks. They're a little bit smaller. Maybe the trim size is technically comic book size, but they do all these EC books. The only thing is that they're usually creator-centric. So this is Corpse on the IMGN. So this is all Harvey Kurtzman stuff. And this is all the ECC up. So this is more like Harvey Kurtzman style. It's a little bit more cartoony, a little bit Will Eisner, or maybe Will Eisner is more Harvey Kurtzman. He's lauded, Harvey Kurtzman's lauded from his storytelling. Obviously his art is different. It's not quite realistic, but just the storytelling. There was that, I haven't read all of this, but some of this was really cool. I kind of get what they're saying here. Like here, this guy gets mad, so he stabs this guy. It leaves a sword in him. I thought that was really cool, with the hand there too. Ugh. Like it looks like that guy's like, ah. The faces, the shadow and stuff. Anyway, I'm kind of getting sidetracked. These are really cool though. There's a whole slew of these. These are the only two I have so far. This is The High Cost of Dying by Reed Crandall. So these are all their war ones, and all those spines are different but similar. So they'll line up on the shelf. Pretty cool. So these are some of the war ones. There's they're all in there. They have all the crime stuff, the war stuff, all that. Oh yeah, I read that one. That was crazy. But it's just a really nice, affordable way to be able to see some of these art, to read some of these stories and look at some of these art. These artists are no joke. Wally Wood, Al Avison. Shoot, who else do I have? Maybe I have a big tome. It's not a big tome, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Check those out. Those are really cool. All right, my last book. I was very excited. This is the newest addition to my collection too, and I finally got some L.B. Cole into my collection. Obviously, this is what this means. It's the first L.B. Cole I've had. I've had my eye on a lot of his stuff. It definitely gets a bump, no matter what it is. Kind of along. Just one of those guys, probably on the Mount Rushmore of Golden Age artists, probably. You know, Matt Baker, L.B. Cole, those guys definitely get a bump just from name alone. So I'm blanking. Y'all know the others if you like it, but yeah, I've had my eye on this one for a while. Kind of like with this, I just lost. This is a romance. Well, I'll just show it. Look at that, Popular Teenagers. 11. Isn't that great? There's L.B. Cole's signature. It's not the highest of grade, but definitely this is one of the more sought-after books. I think this is one of the more sought-after romance books, period. It doesn't help, or it helps that it's, or doesn't help that it's L.B. Cole. It doesn't hurt. I think that's a strong driver of that. How much should I pay for this? It was a good amount, $368.78. Go ahead and take it out of here. This is kind of spurned me on for getting some Mylar. I want to put this stuff in Mylar. Isn't that fantastic, though? I think this is one of those books that people that don't collect romance. Like, the only thing is one thing about collecting Golden Age is you never know if it's complete or not. And it might be attached. I don't know if y'all can help me. So here's the end of this. And then there's this. I don't know if it's missing. Everything else looks decent. I can't get a page count listed for it. I think my comic shop says 32. It's the only thing I can find for a page count for this book. And I think that there's 34 pages that I can count. I've flipped through, and it's on here in the little edges. So bear with me. It's an older book, and it's not in the best condition. So I counted 1, 2, 3. All of the stories seem to be like complete-ish, and I know people are like, just count 17 to the centerfold or whatever, but all of the Golden Age stuff is different, so it's really hard to tell. And a lot of the times in the stories, especially the anthology things, it will say the end or whatnot in the last panel. I think in one of these stories it doesn't. And then this final one, I'm just worried that, and yeah, to be honest, I haven't read that story, but it kind of seems like it could be the end. There's like, this stuff happens, and then there's like a little bit of the prologue thing. It seems like it kind of wraps up, but then there's like a ... and like maybe it continues on, but everything else makes sense, and it seems like it's complete. So like I said, I'm pretty sure I counted 34. And if you don't know, you count the back covers, like this is 1 and then 2. I'm thinking, and probably with the, I don't want to say the value of the book, I might send it off to CGC. They would know for sure, right? Or at least if it would come back as a blue label or not. But anyway, yeah. So I was pretty excited to find this. This, I think, is a Gerber 5, I think. So I think there's 21 on the census. So it's a pretty rare book. I think it's, again, one of the more sought after romance books. But yeah, hour 17 minutes. Oh, if you have this sound on and you listen to me gab this whole time, thank you. Thanks for being with me, staying strong through all of that. I know it took a while. I know that I can blather on, and I don't have a lot of the expertise and experience and know-how, excuse me, that a lot of these channels have. But hopefully you saw some cool stuff. Hopefully you saw some stuff you never saw before. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I wish I had more to show. Honestly, that was fun. I hope you liked it. Just like you guys, more books are on the way.